And happy Sunday to you. Welcome back here to TCH Live. We have the final table of the $100 Mega Stack Freeze Out 3K Guaranteed Prize Pool. And today we got 58 entries for a prize pool of $5,800. That's $1,800 here for first place. We have some new and we also have some very familiar faces here on the table as we'll introduce you as the night goes on. Thank you so much to our new subscribers. We welcome you here to the channel as we've had some exciting cash game action this week. We had a pretty huge audience for last night's broadcast with Bart Hansen, the West Cutshall 5-5 No Limit. Boy, and if you have not gotten a chance to check that out, go take a peek of that here on our channel. Again, my name is Mike Youngwood. Awesome to be here. Kirk Carolyn running our production here tonight. Well, if you've been here to Texas Card House before, you may have seen a couple of faces here, including our floor manager, Asa, in seat number 9. Had a nice run here towards this. Got kind of the tournament late, actually, and after the first break, had a pretty nice run of it, and he's going to give up the 9-5. And there's our friend Matt Steamdola. And here's Mark, a.k.a. Spilly. Here on the first hand of the final table with 152,000. Going to go ahead and shove all in with some 4s. And Jason will get out. None of this first time here for Jason ever being at TCH. And hey, a little beginner's luck, a little first-time magic. Gets to the final table here of this 3K freeze out. So here are chip stacks. Daniel in seat number 8, 416. Carl with 360. Jennifer with 318. And a lot of the other players here just within reaching distance. So blinds at 6,000, 12,000 with a 12,000 big blind ante. You could join us here on the chat box. Here on TCH Live, sound off on what's going on. Give us your takes. Let us know where you're watching from. Or who the heck you're rooting for. Now, that is true. Like William just saying, I don't know who to root for either. So Alex going to give up his hand again. Players started this tournament at 2 o'clock today. Got down, we got it to most of 5 tables. Got down to 4 and then kind of stuck on 2 tables for quite a while. And we've got a shove here in seat number 3 with some 9s. After Jack had made the opening raise. And he's short and he's going to get it in here against a pair of 9s. And doesn't have a whole lot in front, so just had to go ahead and get his chips in here at the start. 9 still leading as we go to the river, a 6 of spade. And wow, right off the bat, we have our first elimination. Now 7 places going to pay here tonight. Here in this $100 Mega Stack freeze out. As Jack knocked out before we even got a chance to say hello. Knocked out here. Colton, next shortest stack at 103K, less than 10 big blinds. Guys, it's been an emotional day here today. I showed up to work figuring like it was going to be just a regular Sunday. Joke a little bit about the Pro Bowl, and then we found out a legend, Kobe Bryant, had passed away. And this is going to be one of those days that we talk about probably for decades. There's really never been somebody of his stature that has gone away this soon and represented so much to sports and culturally as an icon. He was not a perfect person, and I think anybody trying to divert the discussion about something he did in his past that was certainly controversial, but he wasn't always the greatest teammate, but he was one of the best competitors I think our generation has ever seen, and the bridge to the modern NBA stars that we have today. Like, he was the guy that we pivoted from MJ right to Kobe, and his legacy will be discussed and admired for quite a long time. So Well, we've got a race up here with Kings, and no action here for Daniel. It comes in roaring with 446,000. Asa in a pretty good spot here. 19 big blinds, 234. Been navigating a stack. Matt there in C10. Good friend of mine, the Steamdola. Call him Mandalorian Matt, Mandola Matt. A lot of people here to root for, so best of luck to y'all. I'm not going to try to play any favorites. Let us know who you're rooting for right here in the chat box. And if you have not, go ahead, hit subscribe. That is a $10 free credit to your account, which means, hey, 1 hour free play just for being a TCH live subscriber. Deanna with a big stack and a call here with some sixes. What's going on, Nerd Baller? Spilly just going to call here with Ace Jack. Jennifer, kind of a mystery player, coming in with a lot of chips. We'll limp in the hijack here with Jack 8, and we are going to go 5 ways to a flop. Jacks, or excuse me, 6s and Ace Jack, looking like the best hand. As will come out 8, Queen 7. Jennifer and Carl both make second pair. Jennifer's got the best hand. Yeah, hug your friends. I mean, it is. I don't want to be a downer about this or anything like that. I know we've got a stream, but it's kind of like, you know, when John Lennon passes away, or you know, Roberto Clemente, Steve Prefontaine, like all these people that you just sort of expect you're going to have around forever and be able to reminisce in real time. And I've just never been as shocked by anything in quite a long time. So we'll probably, sure, when we get Bones on, we'll probably talk a little bit more about it. But I at least just wanted to put an initial kind of footnote to all of this. That I don't think I'd be like celebrity guy, because when it happens, you're like, oh, that's sad. But this was, you know, you lose a daughter in the process. It's just one of those things that I don't think anybody really knows what to say, because it's, you know, it goes beyond like sadness. So we're going to try to cheer you up here tonight, keep you on an upbeat note here on TCH Live for a Mega Stack $100 freeze out. Players started with 30K in chips, 25-minute levels, which, you know, really get, I mean, even if you come in at the break after level set, when it start level 7, like, you're still sitting pretty good with the dealer appreciation out on. It still gives you a chance to make a run at this. Is Jennifer going to call here with some 4s? 2 big stacks in the blinds. And our chip leader reaching as says, all right, let's going to put a little heat up here. Let's raise it with 9-7 offsuit. Jennifer here going to call right behind. I imagine Carl's going to as well. See Carl here a fair bit. Can't say that I've seen Daniel or Jennifer much, but we'll see a lot of you awesome faces here at Texas Card House. Try to make sure I remember all of you. It's going to come out 9-7 deuce. Top 2 pair here for Daniel after a race play flop. As little head wag back and forth. Got to be feeling the groove. And he's going to go out and continue. As don't see anybody calling him here unless Jennifer decides wants to get real sticky with this. And from her spot, like, she can look at it and say, okay, maybe he's just raised with 2 big cards and I could take a card off here, but it's it's kind of one of these situations when you're in a tournament like this, you're 10-9 handed, that really the last person you want to get into kind of an unpredictable spot there is with a chip leader. So this is nice. Flop top two. Again, Jack was eliminated in 10th place. Blinked and you might have missed him here on the stream. Got it in with ace-9 against the aces in seat number 3. Colton also there in seat 4. Don't know much about him, but I'm sure they will make their presence known. So can make your presence known here on our TCH live chat here on YouTube. Like, click, subscribe, share, get the word out. We appreciate how fast our audience seems to have grown just in, it's like only our 12th episode, and we're just powering through these. And looks like we've got a raise here from C3. Jason going to come out raising with Queen Jack. So he's been playing since about 2007. And I always got a theory the first time somebody comes into a new room, they just tend to run good. I think it's like a gift from the poker gods saying, come on in, the water's warm. So King 8 versus Queen Jack. 3 of a kind here for Asa. Eureka. Check. Jay's going to continuation bet here to 30 as third of the pot. Ace is just going to reel him on in. He's been having some decent tournament success here when he's gotten the time to play. I think he had a run somewhere in like November and December where he made some final tables, won a couple of tournaments here. As turn now going to come a 5, so Asa got a lock on this hand. Jason going to shut it down here as saw on the first check. I thought I saw Jason check there, so the action tracker is going to catch up. Well, Ace is reaching for chips, as he should, as he goes to the river. Get a view of it just momentarily. There it is, the deuce of hearts. Gonna bet out 75 and hoping he gets called, but with Queen Jack high, just nothing can extract any value from. But a good chip up there. This Asa will add 61,000 here to his chip stack. Daniel sitting here with 500,000. Everybody tracking right behind. It's still plenty of time to work with here on the final table. So 58 total entries. And I want to ask you guys here because we had kind of talks on the tables about this. It's like, should we keep this tournament as a freeze out, or should we add the possibility of one re-entry to it? I think we're open-minded either way, but I was kind of curious on your take if you feel like that's something that more of the players want to see, or is beneficial or not as beneficial, or do you like it just being a straight freeze-out style?
25,000. Raise 25,000.
Let us know here in the chat or leave a comment. Got to raise up here with some 10s. The newcomer Jason here to TCH. But I'm just saying, like, not multi-re-entry, just one. Like, you're allowed one re-entry. Yeah, single re-entry. That's a good word. So we've got Carl calling with the King Jack. Mr. Steamdola priced in here with 10-3. Daniel here with also with 8s. Is that 13 more to call with how much is in there? I pretty much have to call with any two. Was
4 players.
top pair now here for Carl.
Check. Players all in.
And now Jason going to move in. Not concerned about the jack, but as we can see there, Carl's got top pair, and I doubt he's ever going to get away from this at any point. As I was thinking, though, it's an all-in bet here of 111,000. Be for roughly about 40% of his chips or so. And he's going to call here, and Jason is going to be down to 110 left in the deck. I don't think he can go backdoor on anything, so yeah, he's down to a 10. A single one left is he's going to get eliminated here in ninth place. Tough way to finish outside the money bubble. Top 7 will pay in this tournament out of the 58 entries. Players inching closer to it, and we are on the bubble. Here with 8 players to go against 7th. We'll pay out 350 tonight. 4th, 450. 5th, 550. 4th, 700. 3rd, 850. 2nd, 1,001. And 1st, 1,800. And Brandon, great tournament. I would definitely play there more. Looking for some more big blinds. Yeah, and I think that's kind of the tricky part is trying to find the right days for it and making sure everything aligns just right. And I think that's kind of the cool thing here with TCH Live now is that, you know, we could start planning for events and stuff around it that hope it becomes the kind of the it tournament to play. Down to our last 8 players, going to be folded around here at Ace on the button. Blinds 8,000, 16,000 with a 16,000 big blind ante. And not going to attack here on the button. As we'll go blind versus blind. Our guy, Matt, going to give it up. Got a nice little sweatshirt on. Fluffy McLiar pants, I think. Matt's always got something poker related on if he's playing here in the card room. So Colton down to 6 big blinds, and the blinds and antes are approaching him. So constant cash games always brings more view. Yeah, I would say so. I think once we get to some bigger buy-in tournament finals, like I think that's going to attract more. But cool part about this stream is, you know, we give you 3 kind of different games per week. Because, you know, one catered to the tournament players on the final table is Colton going to shove here with Ace-5. You know, our 5-5 no limit on Monday nights. And our Thursday 1-3 match the big stack. So yeah, Shane, absolutely, it does get archived. You can see all of our episodes there on the channel. Spill, your mark gonna get out. Is folded over to Jennifer and the big blind, and she's got King 10. And Colton can shovel with a lot of hands here. Pre-flop, but just a little bit out of her range. Actually, that does technically make the right fold, but if it was me, I'm tempted to call there with how much I have in. Got 16 already committed here to the ante. But, you know, hey, we're also here on the button, too. It's you know, you don't want to be a sacrificial lamb and hurt your chip position, too, so. Yeah, Shane, these live streams get archived, and they're up almost 30 minutes to an hour after they're done. Our schedule, again, is our Sunday night final tables is aired here on TCH Live, and then we have our Monday 5-5 no limit, and then our Thursday 1-3 match the big stack. You've got Alex in the Raider hat, Raider Nation, here on the final table. It's folding around. Ace will give up 4 high. See if anybody wakes up with a hand here. Is Alex just going to get this one through? Jennifer will give up the Jack 9 of hearts. Colton here with 8-7 of clubs, but would have to call half his chips. Not going to gamble there, as we'll keep it moving. As again, top 7 places paying. We are at 8 players left, so could feel a little bit of the squeeze at this point of the night. We'll see if the big stacks try to capitalize, but man, the stacks aren't too deep that you take a misstep as a big stack and try to barrel, you could wind up bluffing off for chips or running into a tough hand. So I don't feel like we'll see anybody get too reckless here, but I feel like we'll be kind of walking on pins and needles until we have our 8th place finisher. Got action going on here though in the main room for your cash gamers. We're open here until 3 a.m. this morning. And I got some 1-2. We have a pretty nice full room here today. 1-2 games going, 1-3. We've got I don't know if we have the 1-3 still going here. Well, we've got Jennifer coming up here with a raise on the button. And going to come out here with a raise to 36. Colton here with A7. Going to have to shove, and she's going to call off 69K. All in here, heads up. Ace-7 versus King-8. 6-3-3. Ace high still good. Need an 8 or a king, and it's a king on the river. Oh, poor Colton's knocked out here in 8th place. Got it in with the best hand. Yeah, I don't dislike Jennifer's play there at all. She went for a button raise, try to pick up the blinds. Short stack moves in. It's not too much to her, and already had moved in before, so tough hand, but Colton knocked out 8th, so we have reached the money. And I'm going to post it up here in the chat box here for you guys from my end.
On the river like that, though, that was kind of mean.
So again, first is 1,800. Second, 1,100. Third, 850. Fourth, 700. Fifth, 550. Sixth, 450. And 7th place at 350. Boom, right there in the boxes. Here we go. Mandola Mac gonna shove all in. The Mandalorian, as I call him, I think it's gonna grow on them both. Carl gives up Ace-10. This is way too much for him. As an aggressive shove by Matthew there, and seat number 10 is blinds at 8,016 with a 16 big blind ante. Moves like this, we might have a quick final table here tonight. Those got 3 1-2 no limit tables going on right now, and a 5-10 no limit also going on as well here at Texas Card House tonight. So, again, we've got our $150 buy-in, 3K guaranteed re-entry. No Limit Hold'em tournament tomorrow night, starting at 7 o'clock. 15K starting stack, 20-minute levels, 5K on time bonus, and a 5K dealer appreciation here for $10. And we will have 5-5 No Limit here on TCH Live. Hey, Glenn. Good to meet you as well. And did you watch the stream after you got done, or while you were during it, or?
pocket ace. Yeah.
Yes, I saw
I'm gonna
one.
throw
I
that.
saw one.
I had like one right at the beginning.
Is Billy going to come out raising here? As Jennifer has picked up a couple of jacks. Just going to call here pre-flop. As see, Mark play a lot of these tournaments, especially the ones just mentioned that Monday. Again, we've got our Wednesday and Saturday 2K guaranteed free rolls. Again, your first 10K starting stack is free, and then $20 rebuys and add-ons. So we're going to go heads up here between ace-9 and jacks. Jennifer's smooth call may have saved her some chips. Is going to turn a straight draw, though, here. Mark going to play it slow. Jennifer going to come out min-betting here for 16. To the river, it's 4. And we'll go to showdown here. Aces with a 9. Mark gonna chip up some more. Just checking out all these chip stacks, and it just takes one. I mean, really every player on the table has got a shot at this. It's just who's going to be the one that wins the big all-in is what we're going to see. At some, I just, I don't know this. It just feels, when you get into tournaments like these, eventually a hand's going to run into a hand. And if you want to follow along with us, you can do so. TCH.ATX, our Instagram handle. Also check out our website, TexasCardHouse.com. Those are really the best way to keep up to date on our promotions that we run month to month. So we've had our progressive savings here through the month of January, as Daniel here with a 9-5 off. You're going to come out raising with the old Dan Grimes. If only Asa knew. If only he knew. He'll find out later, but a raise up there by the big stack is gonna take some chips off one of my old beach volleyball partners. It's one of the first couple of doubles tournaments I ever played. Ace is like, I play a little volleyball, so I think it was like in November, maybe last year or the year before, and we did not play very well the first couple of matches, but then we had a pretty good day. Won another one, almost got back into the championship round, and me and Asa were playing some pretty good ball out there. That was fun to get that synergy going, but getting old and out of shape, so I've not been taking as good a care of myself to go rock the sand courts like I used to in my prime. All right, all kidding aside, as Mark with some kings here in seat 1. Coming out raising, as should. See if any hand will tangle with them. As Carl's got queens. Oh, no, I think I just got a lucky guess here. As here comes the re-raise. As you guys hear that? And it is the all-in train just about to cross the tracks. As we'll go an all-in and a call. Oh, it's a tough one for Carl there. As you get this spot down to 7-handed in a tournament, you're just thinking, okay, maybe I'm up against Ace King, but devastating. Oh, they both flop a set. Oh man, he's gonna need to one out on the river, and it will not. Top set of kings, second set of queens. We'll take a big chunk out of Carl's stack. He still stays in. But now, I think Mark's going to be our chip leader here now at 556,000. Kings versus queens. Glenn, yeah. I think the max that we saw was maybe our peak viewing was somewhere around 750 to 8. It may have gotten to 800. It was kind of consistently around 650 to 700 to 725 for part of it. So that was really cool. I mean, we've been doing pretty nicely viewership wise, and that's been the fun part about grinding on all these episodes. It's just like, hey, we're putting the pedal to the metal here, bringing it to you, kind of showing you what we're all about here. And I got a fun job. I think I'll ever get tired of it here, but if you're not getting your fill of your information, though, you've gone through all the archives, you've watched all the episodes, well, go ahead and subscribe to the From the Film podcast with Bill, Sam, and Ryan, talking all things TCH. Talk with main event champions Chris Moneymaker, Greg Raymer, Johnny Vibes, Brad Owen, Andrew Nemeth, Mom Burton, Rain Delay Dan, and many others as far and they delve into the legal side. And on the latest episode, I also talked about the new TCH Dallas. So if you have not yet subscribed, you can do so wherever you subscribe to podcasts on Apple, Spotify, and Google Play. So all the fellas have been pretty busy, so I think they're aiming to do more episodes. Well, hey there, just a pair of races there for Jennifer and C2. I think that's right, William. That's probably hand of the night there, Kings versus Queens, and not Daniel. Gonna have to tread very carefully here with King Queen. As now Ace up with Ace Queen, and uh-oh. He's reaching. No, he's just gonna call. I thought he might think about making a move there. But that's kind of one thing you got to keep in mind is, Jennifer's kind of raising small in any pots that she's opened that, all of a sudden you see a 50K raise. Like, that should set off your spidey sense to slow down a little bit. But Asa has flopped an ace-high flush draw. Jennifer's still with the best hand with aces. Daniel pretty much drawing dead here as she's going to shove all in. A very ambitious bet here on a 8-high flop, all hearts, and not holding a heart on her hand is just going to take the decision-making process out of it. Is now Asa here with the nut flush draw, and he's not going to gamble here with it. I think at best, oh, nope, he will. My bad. I thought he was mucking it face up, but he says, "All right, let's go. Gonna need a heart." 7 here on the turn. Asa needs a heart. And he got it. He got a heart on the river, cracking aces with ace queen.
I know. I don't have that history.
And I don't know if, can Asa get away from that? Like, it's...
So what did you have? Aces. Well,
I don't really have a problem with either play. I think Jennifer, a little newer to the game, is just going to try to make a bet that will get her opponents out. And Asa going to gamble here for the chip lead and smashes the river with the king of hearts. So just like that day out on the beach volleyball courts, Asa with a big smash. Yeah, this has been a crazy final table the way this has worked out. Is always tough to lose with aces, but Ace or cracks him here with ace queen. Yeah, I mean, it's just sort of like there's in the range of hands that she may have, like, she could have jacks, queens, kings, and obviously aces as we saw. So I would think in a lot of those scenarios, you can kind of think that he might be around a coin flip. And stacks are the way they are. It's just like, all right, if you're going to go for the win, this is one of those kind of pots that you do it. Yeah, so he's chipping up, and Steam Dola card dead here thus far. Guy plays a lot of tournaments here. Really good mixed game player. He's kind of crushing the 5-10 mixed game for a while. And No Limit Machine is. Sweet, keep it moving. Again, looks like still on 8K, 16K, 25-minute levels. Players took about a 10-15 minute break before it started. Had not had a break since about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so always kind of good energy when you're talking to people around that time. Trying to tell their friends, hey, tune in to TCH Live. So we welcome you if you've never seen our program before. It's our 11th episode, our 11th live stream here in the month of January. We had a really great broadcast last night. We had Bart Hansen from Crush Live Poker, from ESPN, Fox Sports, Live at the Bike. You name it, Bart has been around the block at the poker world. So
Raise 35,000.
Spilly, are you going to raise it on up? Or Alex here with Jack 10 and 169 in the big blind. This is kind of a, well, all right, he'll call pre-flop. Yeah, there's some good chat here in the TCH Live chat box as far as your guys' opinion. Pretty much it seems like the unanimous opinion is the money's right in there as far as with what the number of the pot was, and it's kind of priced into it. So, all right. There's going to be a bet here by Alex to lead the turn. So Asa can feel better. He made the correct call.
You can change it to just whispering.
Could be on the call if you folded your card first. First you had to fold your cards, then bet.
Talked a little bit earlier just about keeping a freeze out, a straight freeze out, or add a single reentry. The upside of the single reentry could have a little bigger prize pool. Get knocked out early, set over set or something, and still get back in. But I'm not the one playing it here, guys. This is for you. We want to make sure that we're giving the poker community what they want. So Daniel's got Queen Jack and went from one of the big stacks, and so many crazy hands here in the tournament have played themselves out that by nothing of his own doing is falling behind a couple of chips, a couple of our chip leaders now. So Spilly's got ace queen. A raise up in front to 37K. Gonna make a call, and now Jennifer here with ace king, and this is an all-in shove. Good move here by Jennifer. Gonna jam her chips in. And Daniel's actually gonna call here for 105K more. I'm a little surprised by this, that with another player to act behind him, like, I think optimally, if you're calling in this spot, you should probably be shoving just to take out the other player. But, there's more than one way to skin a cat, so as long as the action tracker is correct, looks like we have an all-in for 142,000. Is Dealer John Earl gonna verify that? Daniel had opened for 37K and then called the 105 more. So now, I mean, there's so much in there. I think Mark's probably, I think he rejams here. It's 105K in extra dead money. He's got Daniel out-chipped. And he's going to give it up, though.
Yeah.
Well, we've got Ace-King versus Queen-Jack. Mark feeling pretty fortunate he didn't have to tangle up with that. It was
My predictor is good, yeah. Who's who?
I'm not.
10 on the flop.
Daniel looking to get lucky here. Not too far behind, and he's going to flop top pair in an open end or gut shot. And overs here for Jennifer. And it's going to be an 8. It is a straight. Jennifer has been eliminated. In 7th place, will take home $350. Good effort on her part today.
Tough hand earlier.
No, don't get them.
TCH.
Goes home $350 in her pocket here for a nice day of work here at Texas Card House. Here in our $100 mega stack freeze out. Our bubble in 11th place happened to be Chuck Clayton. It's the writer, semi-new book, Mastering Poker Math. I have it on my Kindle. I've read some of it. I need to read more of it, but I'm trying to keep up with all sorts of content. But I've read some of it. It's pretty good. I need to delve more into it before I can feel like I'm doing much to. I guess I'm trying to find the word just to digest it all and be able to expound on anything. Just always good to have that in the knowledge base as far as a lot of value provided in the book. So he got down to like 10K at one point when blinds were like 5K, 10K, and just kept hanging around, and then Steamdola knocked him out with Ace-King to Chuck's Ace-6. So Jack was knocked out in 10th place. Jason was knocked out in 9th. Colton was knocked out in 8th. And then Jennifer was knocked out 7th. So top 7 pay unless I don't think any of these people, the table agreed to extend the money bubble or anything. So as far as I know, it was still top 7 as. Well, Mandola down to 145K, 7 big blinds. Blinds now 10,000, 20,000. Has not really had any hands at this point. He open shove with a king jack. Did not get looked up by ace high. Asa coming up with a huge pot with an ace high flush draw and cracking aces. Should have known. It's literally in his name. And here comes the Mandalorian. Matthew. Mandola Matt. Steaming it all in. It's Billy here with, he's got ace 5 high under the gun. Would help him survive the blinds if he can get this one through. Oh, Carl's going to fold ace 9 as he gets it through. Mandola Matt survives. So has TCH ever experimented with using the tip chips in tournaments? I mean, players can tip the dealers with the tip chips, but we don't use the tip chips for, like, tournament stacks. Because what we have there is the yellow 1K chips, the 5,000 chip, the 5,000 denomination is pink, and you can see there the yellow ones, yellow brownish, kind of 25K. Well, his name is Mandola Matt. He works at a pretty excellent restaurant called Mandola's. So I've just expounded to calling him the Mandalorian Matt, Mandolin Matt also. I think he's a musician too. Most of my nicknames don't have to make sense, guys. But I call him the Mandalorian Matt. Plays the mandolin. Well, Carl's down after that last hand where he had kings beat his queens. And ace are going to call the pre-flop raise. The 10-8 of clubs, the Mikey super special. I don't know, how about Dan the Man? Is that a cool enough nickname? Daniel the Manual? Dan the Destroyer. Dan the Destroyer, I think that works. Steam still going to get rid of the computer hand. What's up? Well, what does this hat mean? Can you guys tell me what his hat means? All right, 10-8 of clubs. Oh, huge flop here for Asa. Straight and a flush draw with a 10-8 of clubs. See what's my favorite, guys? Absolutely. You just flop the world every time you get it. He's feeling frisky. Dapper Dan. Dapper Dan's not bad. Ace are going to go ahead and lead at this. Dapper Dan here going to think about calling a position to make a move here. He's not going to be able to get ace out of the hand. Dapper Dan it is. Dapper Dan the man. The old 10-8 of clubs getting it done, boys and girls. Again, thank you for joining us here on the final table of our 3K Mega Stack. My name is Mike Youngblood. You can follow me on Twitter at HoopsMike, at Instagram at HoopsMike. I'm just going to keep saying it until people follow me. My efforts have gone thwarted thus far to reach 1 million followers and be friends with Dan Bilzerian. So I'm just going to keep trying until I get there. All right? Bear with me. That's trying to have fun today. It's tough. But appreciate you being with us here in the live chat, on the stream. Remember to like, click, and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe. Share it if you can. Go door to door in your entire neighborhood. Tell everyone in your close realm that TCH Live is the bomb. And your new favorite poker show. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. All right, Asa here with ace 9 of spade. Coming with a raise on the button. Reasonable. As Mendel the Mount would say. It's true. If I do get to 1 million followers, I can include links to my posts. That's really all I'm there for. I don't want fame or notoriety. I just want to be able to get the subs, you know? All right, so Spilly going to give up his deuces.
I'll get in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I ever really want fame or notoriety. I do want the respect of my peers. Like, I think that's important, and all the other stuff can kind of sort itself out. But, you know, at the end of the day, this isn't like brain surgery. We're here to have fun and entertain you and hopefully teach you things about the game. Maybe you as a beginning or experience or advanced player.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. It's like, all right, we got
You know,
parking lot.
anything that can continue to spur your interest in the game of poker, we're here for here on TCH Live.
Exactly.
24th hand of our final table, 10K, 20K with the 20K big blind, Annie. Ah, I think just going great for Asa as he's picked up 9s.
No, actually, it was on a hemp farm in Santa Cruz. Just moved off.
And the raise up to 76. Spillian will get on out. We've got Raider Nation in the big blind, the Randy Moss, the 84. Nope. Not going to try it. It's our V-Pips. Daniel, again, this is only a 24-hand sample size. All pretty reasonable numbers here, but so to review, if you're just joining us, we had 58 entries here into the tournament today. It's for a $5,800 prize pool. Top 7 places pay Jennifer was knocked out in 7th. This took home 350. The next player to get knocked out in 6th will take home 450. Wow, Daniel with full to 6s under the gun. Maybe he sensed Mandola Matt would be moving in on the pot right behind him as, Alex has woken up with queens. Matt's going to have to get lucky as you see one of his aces folded. Alex looking to move up here in the chip count if he can dodge an ace. 9-9-8. Good start here for Alex. Mandola's down here to an ace, and it's queens full. Our friend Matt taken out in 6th place.
I don't know how you made money. I didn't win any hands all day.
But happy he was able to get on TCH Live. He's gotten really close to making the final table the last 2 weeks here. I think it was the bubble last week. And the patience of Alex pays off with some queens. So Matt knocked out. Well, I guess the 6s fold there by Daniel worked out in his favor. Do you ever get that sense sometimes when you're playing a tournament? Like, your logic would say you got to make a move on this, but you just, you sense there might be a hand on the table. Like, that is something I always think about in tournaments anyway. It's just like, okay, when can I time this shove correctly? Is this a good time to move in under the gun with King 5, or is this one I gotta really lay off here? So that's kind of the fun of this format too, is anything can happen when you get down to a final table. So we are down to the last 5. Alex here with King Queen offsuit on the button. Coming in for a raise. We'll show it up here to the table. Say, I'm bluffing anybody. I got a decent hand. Daniel, Carl, Alex, Spilly, and Mark, or excuse me, Asa. Well, Mark and Asa, but Shane with a really good point. Food is greater than math. That is, there's a lot of things greater than math. But if you're into math, I would strongly suggest the man who finished 11th place book, Mastering Poker Math by Chuck Clayton. Nice guy. I like Chuck. He plays there quite a bit. Get him out there in the free rolls. Loves talking about hands with people. So give him a shout out. Battled hard. He played pretty good today. Just couldn't quite make the final table. All right, so we've got Mark the Shark raising up here with King Jack, and life's good here for Alex. Just picks up another pair of ladies. He's got so many chips, doesn't know what the heck to do here, guys. It's a good problem to have, good first world problem. I think I might have gotten some unsubscribed after that math comment. That is one thing that will shake up poker players there. Can you believe this guy? He's trying to dismiss math. It's the most important part of everything. Unsubscribe. Yep.
A couple of pretty fun hands that you can't play. I was upset that I had to do all this pausing and counting stuff. I was like, if I was
So Asa has jumped up the most in chips here on the final table. Carl's one who took a pretty big hit with queens versus King.
No matter what I do now, he's gonna do.
Hold on. I need to count my chips. Hold on. Okay. 3x plus a chip.
But here the blind's pretty high. I mean, I expect this is one that's going to keep moving here as 25-minute levels. Not a huge chip lead by any stretch. Still anybody's ball game here as we wind down to the final 5.
All right, boss.
And here comes a shove here by Carl with King Jack here in the cutoff. Daniel going to fold ace-8 though, but Asa in the small blind now with a couple of eights. Going to make the call here for 114,000. Mark has got an ace, but no reason to get involved as... All right, get out your quarters. It's time for the coin flip. Heads or tails, eights versus King Jack to Jason Garrett. Ah, I see. So we'll wait here for our run out here. Bear with us, folks. We'll set it up here as... So right now our action tracker trying to load that Spilly has folded so that when we work with an automatic system, it just kind of follows each of these points. So that's been kind of the cool part about the camera work is...
That's more slider for you.
No, I don't think we caught it there. I'm guessing based on the way that Jonathan pushed his chips that was a winner there for Carl. Yeah, we'll bring it out what it is. What do you think won it here for Carl? Which card do you think he paired? The king or the jack, or did he make it straight?
It's only right.
I'm going to guess that he hit a king. I bet my king is my king right in the window. Every once in a while, the action tracker will kind of bog down a little bit, and
Oh, no, I wasn't trying to pressure you.
then we got to get a new mouse into the spinning wheel, and that's what powers it. Got really antiquated tech. No, I'm kidding. I'm 100% teasing, but if you guys aren't watching right now, I've totally turned the science and math people against each other here in the chat, just as planned. So Carl did wind up winning the coin flip here against Asa. He had just shoved in for his last 114,000. Asa was in the small blind. Yeah, reasonable call there. Yep, there was a king that made it out there. So Asa was drawing pretty. I mean, he was drawing a one out on the river and wound up being a flush. So, boom, that is correct. Boom does go the dynamite. Way to go. Nice job. Any of you are watching the archive, wondering who in the world I'm talking to. It is people here in the chat, because I went back and kind of reviewed some of the episodes, and it just kind of sounds so random. Be like, all right, he's praised up there, and be like, hey there, crazy person 77. That's exactly what happened. And I think anybody kind of listened to the archive going, who is he talking to?
Raise 75,000.
Well, I guess we're going to try to pick up some blinds here. Folded to the bottom with Jack 5. Mark will get out with 6 high.
Hey, that's us there.
See what the big blind has here.
Oh, I thought you didn't play it.
Oh yeah.
That's me. I look like
Man, we'll get it through as Alex is 6-3 of hearts. This Asa here, the chip leader by almost 136,000 over Alex. Daniel's been Dapper Dan. Dapper Dan's been kind of laid back here. Has not taken the aggressive lead on the hand very often.
where are we?
You'll be at 20.
But has, kind of let the other players tangle it up while he protects his chips. And not always the worst strategy in the world, too, is a lot of these tournaments is just being able to dodge high variance spots that risk your entire stack. And Here's Daniel will fold ace. We'll get out again. We are 5-handed.
Just a tiny raise. Raise 50,000.
Now Alex likely going to complete here out of the small blind with Jack 9. Nope. He came out for a raise here to 50,000. And Carl, the suited ace 5 of hearts.
Let's play some cards.
Well, I mean, you can go a lot of different ways. You can shove there. I like a shove there more than I'd like a call, but calling's not bad either. Especially still sitting with about, they're still losing about 200 or so back. Flop comes out ace 5 7. A bet by Alex to take the lead, and Carl shoves. Carl's going to get some more chips back as
Oh, finally.
still keep it rolling here on TCH Live. Again, our progressive savings this month at TCH. Throughout the rest of January, that is for 5 hours, you save 20% off your hourly rate. If you play for 7 hours straight, that is 30% back on your hourly rate. And if you grinders 10 hours straight or more, gets you 40% off your hourly rate here at Texas Card House. Brandon asking, these are 30-minute, no, these are 25-minute levels. Not here for this tournament. Still trying to solve the mystery of what Dan's hat represents. Might have to send your detectives out on the case here. Gonna check his ace high here as Carl completes the small blind with queen 6 off. Is 5-9-5. Dan Grimes' dream flop is check and check. Nope, we'll get an ace high bet here out of the big blind. But you guys, if you haven't not checked out last night's episode, do so. It was the West Cutshall game. More of a Houston crowd, but if you've not seen West Cutshall's vlogs, actually some really good content. He does a great job editing it. Really takes you through the hands as they happen, and they're easy to spot. And they're all played generally at the TCH in Houston. Our North Houston location in Spring, Texas. Check them out on Instagram at tch.htx. You Houston folks out there, East Texans, want to know how you can get on the action, that is the place to go. Carl with some trays. And here on the button, this blind's 10,000, 20,000. Gonna call here on the button. Ace in the big blind. Now with King 10 as Daniel completes ace 7. And so you want to speed up or slow down? What will Ace do? Gonna go for the aggression. Raises up here to 120. And I think he might get them both out of here. I mean, that's sort of what happens when you decide to limp in these spots into an aggressive player. I mean, either one of these players could have opened for a raise. And kept this pot a little bit smaller. But, oh, we got a reshove, a back shove all in with ace 7. I did not see that one coming based on how this played out. Wow. Dapper Dan. Dancing here on the small blind with ace 7.
You've played this game before.
Yeah, that was an unusual line that I didn't expect him to take. I'm sure Ace kind of in that spot probably wishes he could have checked that one, but more often than not, he ends up limp in that spot. Like, he's just going to pick up the pot there, but I think since the blinds are so high, these guys don't really want to rip it that much pre-flop.
Thought about the free flop and I was like, nah.
Well, now how do you adjust to the readjustment and
You don't want two callers.
see how these guys do? But if you guys want to let your thoughts out about Kobe Bryant, I'm probably going to talk more about it tomorrow. Dude, I saw something on Twitter and I was almost crying. Like, it's just like you're not supposed to see your heroes go like this just in a sudden flash. And so, yeah, hey, lay your thoughts on there. Whatever you're reflecting on today, we appreciate you joining us. Make sure to like the video, hit the thumbs up. Also, subscribe if you've not. That is a $10 free credit to your account, which is equal to 1 hour free play here at Texas Card House. Carl going to call here in the cutoff with ace queen. Alex had opened here with king 10.
Counting down the minutes right now, yeah.
That's gonna hurt. Yeah.
Dana comes out queen 7-6. Top pair here for Carl.
Daniel Pleasure. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nothing here for Alex but king high.
Yes, well, it's spelled ASA, so.
Bet of 80,000.
All in.
And an all-in. Carl going to move in with the old top pair, top kicker. As Alex, give him a little bit of a show, and then give that one up. As it's like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Go take the pot. Get this thing away from me. It's always a tough part too when you start getting towards this point. The blinds start getting high, and
Every time I want.
you think you can just pick up the pot and get moved in on. It's just it can kind of grate on you a little bit.
Cards play themselves.
I had to call it.
Now, who are you guys rooting for here?
My sentiment is on.
Name of rooting for Asa. We've got a lot of Dapper Dan fans here. Dancing Dan. Dangerous Dan. Danger Dan, is that it? Dan the Man. We got Carl's Jr. there. Do we still have Carl's Jr.? Does that still exist? I love that place, but they seem like they're all closing. Now here's Carl Sr. As he's got king 6. Crazy Carl. He doesn't seem very crazy to me. He seems like pretty even dude. I want to give people nicknames that fit, not insult them. Asa gonna raise here on the button. Or as I call him, Raisa. No, I don't know. That sounds. Not sure that's good. No fear here with Queen 6. These are good stacks to try to raise up on. This is not going to get any blowback from them. Yeah, I mean, I grew up with Hardee's. I still see Hardee's when I go up north, but I still don't understand how that... I'm going to have to Google that just to understand how you can have the same franchise with 2 different names in 2 different regions of the country. Diablo Carl. Yeah, I like that one. Leonardo da Vinci. I think that's okay. This blind's 15,000, 30,000, 30,000. Big blind. Annie. So just the other day, I mean, we're at like 1,100 subscribers or so, and now we just in about like a day and a half sitting at 1,700 subscribers, thanks to guys like Wes Cutshall and Bart Hansen's audience. So we appreciate you staying with us. Is Ace King gonna shove? Get no action here out of the big blind. So you see our stacks, Billy and Alex hanging on the edge, living on the edge.
That was pretty. That's the bottom of your range.
Dynamite, that's not bad.
All right, man. I like it. Cheers. It was.
Pretty. It was.
Like a wave, and then the wave is gone, and then wait for the next.
Yeah, Hardee's was always a spot for me. Like I genuinely thought they made burgers that felt like they had like real meat in it. They were like big or gigantic things for. I mean, all fast food is crap. Don't get me wrong, but then once I got to Whataburger, it's like no place else exists. Oh, that pizzeria around here. More of an Austin thing than for any of y'all that might not be in this area, but all pretty good.
They bleep out bad jokes because it'll be like a 30-second bleep. They don't.
Kind of divided if Whataburger should expand. I think it should kind of stay in the South because if they move one, if they put one in the Midwest, I might at least have a justification to go home again. Be like, that's all I need, guys. Just a place where I can get the mushroom and Swiss. Oh, Spilly, full sevens here. I'm really surprised by this. Now Alex here with ace 10 and. That was a pretty sizable opening raise by Ace with 15K, 30K. I think everybody knows now if you want to get in, this is going to be for all your chips.
Ace King, there, sir. Pair.
May the aggressor get the spoils as Ace is taking a few bumps in the road, but still hanging on tight. Here's we're still remain five-handed to get Chuck Clayton knocked out at 11. Jack knocked out at 10. Once we got to the final table here, Jason was knocked out with 10s against King Jack. Colton, I'm trying to recall how he got knocked out. It was not. It was not a fun way. I think it was a King 8 versus his like 8-7, Ace 7. Jennifer lost aces to Ace's Ace Queen, the Ace of Hearts, and Matt was knocked out when his Ace 10 ran into Queens. So that is your wrap up
What are the chances we had the same hand?
on TCH Live, getting you up to date on what's happened here if you're just joining us. So Daniel now with some 10s, the big blind Ace, the 5-4 spade. Says, all right, I got money out there. I'll take a flop here. Gonna have to crack an overpair. Ace, Queen, King, or Queen is. All right. Dapper Dancing Dan dangling back and forth. What's Dan's first move? Nobody knows. Kind of hate that flop. See if Asa picks up on that. He's got a hoodie on and it's wrapped. I think that makes you 5% better as a player. Just in the off chance Daniel might be trapping him here. He's going to check back. Not going to tangle up with him. Can't say I don't blame him. I mean, you've got short stacks behind him. It's worth it just kind of take a flop and see what happens. As we can see the cards, we see he may have been able to get his opponent off the hand. But, you know, with that back raise, check raise all in that Daniel had put on him about a round or two earlier, I think it may have given Asa just a little bit of pause to that he might try to set him up for a big move. All right, we will continue. 15K, 30K, 30K big blind ante. Here on a Sunday. wanted to just joke about the Pro Bowl today. I was actually not a, not. I mean, I don't want to say it was a good game, but for the people that I saw that did have money on the game, I was like, you're the best person I've ever seen. That takes a very special level of gamble to
Showed one there, Ace.
Would you get
to go wager on the Pro Bowl. I love it.
I did, man.
I mean, obviously, if you're gonna do it responsibly or just messing around, like, hey, I'm not judging or anything. I was just like, hey, you only got like one more week to bet on football unless we start betting on the XFL. You never know if Vince McMahon's gonna rig it or the league's gonna be folded within like a month. Then you're all gonna have to switch over to basketball once we get to March Madness and college basketball, and I don't know. I feel like we're just gonna be talking about Kobe Bryant for a while, like just as the public, just because of the level of the story. It's not. Usually, if you have a tragedy, that there's someone to blame. There could be the system, or a fatal disease, somebody may being a coward and committing a horrible crime, and here it was just an accident based on all the evidence. So there's nobody to be mad at. Everybody can only be sad. So that's why we're trying to keep you laughing here as Dapper Dan dangling back and forth is going to fold to the opening raise here by Carl. Crafty Carl? How about Crafty Carl, huh? Daisy looking at the min raise on the button with 10-9. Thinking about it. Only 30K more for Alex here in the big blind. He's already got this ante in the middle. Here we go. Alex versus Carl. Raider Nation in seat 5. And second pair for Carl. And he's going to go out and bet it as it gets checked to him. And get the fold as we keep it moving on TCH Live. The final table of our $100 Mega Stack free zone. We had 58 entries today for $5,800 in the prize pool. And almost everybody getting close to under 20 big blinds. First place is going to be 1,800. Second for 1,100. Third is 850. Fourth, 700. And fifth will take home $550. I do want to give a public service announcement here to y'all that we love to see your smiling faces here. And if you want to play at Texas Card House, we invite you to do so anytime. But if you are sick and you're hacking and coughing and you do not feel good, please stay at home and get yourself healed up as soon as possible. And this you just get scarier with all that stuff. So, hey, take good care of yourself and look out for yourself. And if you're not feeling good and feel like you might be contagious, hey, give yourself a day or two to try to recover. And just looking out for y'all. I don't want to. It's time all the zombie apocalypse stories start in Texas. That's what I've been told anyway. Somebody who follows this stuff closer than I do just says all the origin stories of all the zombies start. So, all right, Ace King here for Carl as Ace raised up here with Ace 4 clubs. Is Carl gonna shove here? Or is he just gonna call as Ace raised it up? He put about a fifth of a stack in. Carl's counting on his chips here, though. going to go in here for the min re-raise. Looks like it's either 200 or 225.
It's 205,000.
Up 205. So now a min bet back here to Asa. I don't think he perceives this as a bluff whatsoever, but 350 in the middle with already what he has. It's not much more, but this is kind of where you're put in between a rock and a hard place, because Carl's got about almost half his stack invested here in this 3-bet. If you shove, you're probably not expecting to get him to fold. And most likely has a hand, in most scenarios, probably has you dominated, but I guess we're trying to do the math here as what do you think, guys? You think Ace should call here, or he just says, all right, we'll just get it in? And Ace is going to have to get lucky, as Carl has slightly more chips than he does. But I'm going to take a shot here and see if Ace-4 clubs can take him to the promised land. As no luck so far. Going to need a 4. And a 4 alone, and it's an ace on the river. Asa has been knocked out. Here in 5th place. Good run, though, my friend.
Carl. Nice hand, bud. Yeah, yeah.
As we've gotten down to 4-handed between Alex, Billy, Daniel, and Carl. Carl waking up with ace king, and will knock out Asa.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, brother. Yeah, you get the chips, take other people's.
So now we've got 4 players. We got Dapper Dan, we've got Crafty Carl, Spilly, and Raider Nation Alex. And they're all shaking hands and congratulating each other. Like we finally got that floor manager Ace out of here.
Now I can add your first.
Way to go, guys. No, we could, but do we want to give a shout out to Crush Live Poker. Bart Hansen, visit them at crushlivepoker.com. Exclusively for training live at cash gameplay. You can sign up for a 30-day free trial. Also, free content on their YouTube channel and Crush Live Poker featuring some of our hands. Also follow them on Twitter. Bart's Instagram's pretty good. I mean, it's very thought-provoking, especially low and mid-stakes cash game players always looking for any bit of info to help their games out, get you thinking in the right way. I would suggest going there, crushlivepoker.com. All right, Alex going to shove here with the 6-2. Just looking to get it through.
Much as I like them, I'm gonna let you have that one.
Nobody in the blinds with a hand is...
One little gift don't hurt.
Mike says, what's up, basketball, Mike? No, I'm not... It's a tough day to be basketball, Mike.
Thank y'all for not waking up with aces, is what I'm saying. Thank you for not waking up. Or kings or queens.
This hand is gonna have.
That's strong.
Saying there's not enough Daniel talk here on the chat room. You know, Dan's been letting his play speak for himself. Dapper Dan's been doing dandy, all right?
Me first? Yes.
Apparently Dan's friends have infiltrated the chat. We love it. Dan Nation.
$78.
10-8 of hearts here for Daniel in the small blind. Spilly with king 6. And here comes a raise.
What's that? High, no good, right? No, no good.
But just Dan. Dan with a raise. Envision Media says, who stacks their chips in 10s? Looks like trash. Yeah, I say that is not the Not the most traditional way of stacking chips that most people do. I'm definitely subscribed to the stacks of 20. I don't know. So for some people, it helps them count a little bit better. I usually just think like it's usually a way it shows your inexperience if you're not stacking in tens. Is a good way of saying like I don't play very often. And that's not a shot at Dan the man, because he's clearly the man. Mark here in the small blind will give up the 10-4 offsuit. Carl's got over half the chips in play with the million. Daniel with about 32%. Alex and Spilly just looking for their double up to hang in there. Yeah, this is a stream that is on a 30-minute delay. These short stacks trying to hang in there as... Hey, we got Bart Hansen joining us. Must have heard his ears burning when I was talking about Crush Live Poker. Levitated right here to the chat. What's going on, Bart Hansen? That was fun last night. You guys didn't, if you didn't check that one out. So, some great commentary, great action. So here's Mark on the button with Queen 5 of Hearts. Is taking a cautious approach here as we've gotten more short-handed. Yeah, that is true. This is a Dan room. We all live in a Dan world. So Alex just going to complete out of the small blind with 10-6. Carl, the old 7-5. As we got an open ender for Carl. Second pair here for Alex. Wow. We got a bet at 35. Going to totally turn the chat room against me by making any jokes about Dan. Oh, we got a best of hands coming out tomorrow. Oh, awesome. Okay, 9 here on the turn. That is a straight. Now here for Carl. Alex does have a draw to any of the remaining 7s, which are 3. Yeah, there was a lot of really good hands. The content's been really great as far as... kind of hands that you could break down and think a lot about. And me and Bart got in a good groove for just kind of working together for the first time. I was feeling like I was kind of running out of gas a little bit last night, but running on pure adrenaline, non-stop poker action here on TCH Live. Carl that bet 60K here on the turn, pots up to a 280K at tournament chips, and doesn't change anything. In fact, gives Carl the 4 to 9 straight all the way through. But he's gonna go for the shove here as Alex with only 105K back. Less than optimal, I guess, is completed out of the small blind, and I guess if you're going to commit to the flop, you're basically, I feel like I'm only committing myself there unless I can get it all in and get my opponent out of the hand, and it's kind of when you get that short and chip, sometimes you're going to have to make the move, and. But as we saw there, Carl had a good enough draw that he likely would have called him, but time is ticking here for short stacks.
coming.
No, I had you on the top.
Well, just checking out what's going on in our main room at TCH tonight.
Did not like that 9.
Good night for us on a Sunday. A pretty busy day here today, so appreciate all that showed up and played the tournament today. Got 2 1-2 no limit tables going, and we've got a 5-10 no limit with bomb pots happening as well here at Texas Card House in North Austin.
All in.
Spilly going to move all in with the Hank Aaron. The 4s. Alex here with Queen 10. Will not elect to call. And got to get it through here as...
Had to give them one
Oh
chance.
boy, we're at 20,000, 40,000 now, so...
Cards total 20. They did total 20.
So Carl had gotten knocked down
Very well.
fairly early when he ran queens into kings, and I think at one point it was probably down to like 100,000. Probably around the time we were like 816 or 1020 or so, and
Chances out.
got it all right back.
And then there was a chance. So give me a call. Do nothing, maybe make an extra 150.
Well, Alex has got 105K left. He's going to be in the big blind next, and pretty much got to get it in there with any 2. As Carl has woken up with Ace Jack, though.
50, hold on.
Just going to call, just in case any player behind him wakes up with a hand. I don't know, I like a shove there if he wanted to do that, but he's not really taking that approach. Again, Mark has got about 40K in the big blind, 40K in the ante, so I mean he's got a fair amount in there as it is. And looking at the price here, thinking, all right, I don't have a ton left. But is there enough in there that even with what I have back that it's worth calling? And he's going to give it up. As heads up all in showdown between 7-6 and Ace Jack.
I have a shove in too. Just don't be a pair.
All right.
Don't be a pair. I had Queen 10 there. That's not good.
Jack 10 deuce, top pair. And Alex is drawing dead. He is going to be knocked out.
Pleasure, guys.
Oh, man.
Bag Queen 10, yeah. Small.
Ace Jack.
I like it when you have a lot of chips.
The winner against 7-6, so we are 3-handed. And
And if I make that call there, would you-
all right, guys. All right, I'm gonna address this like once tonight and maybe like once tomorrow. Like, you're not funny when you bring up Mike Postle. It's like yelling Freebird at any of your local cover bands. Like, it wasn't funny 10 years ago. It's sort of funny here and there, but it's not... Like, I'm done talking about him. He's a clear piece of crap. At least alleged. Like, this is not... It's like... I get it, but it's... No, we've taken every safety precaution and every method as possible to prevent anything like that from happening. I don't know, I'm just tired of the guy. I want this... It's just like, okay, we're going to reach a resolution, realize it was one guy who was kind of a jerk, probably working with somebody. If that is so, what occurs, but my God, it's like every single live chat we've had is like, hey, is Mike Postle in the game? Like, why do they have a crowd? And it's like, dude, can we somebody else come up with something funnier? Like, if we're gonna do a bit here. Well, 3 of a kind 6s here for Carl. It's Billy here with Queen 5 of Heart. And that's all I want to say about that. I respect your right to chat. Just like, hey, can we beat the different kind of drum here? Because
I'm all in.
All in.
Because it's more like frustrating for me that it's like you have to answer for the same question of, you know, it's just like, I don't know, if we could just do a whole program of just of saying stuff that,
This is your only movie.
like, here's this precaution protocol we've made. We put no phones here. We run it on delay.
Little things.
And everybody who mans controls is somebody we know here that doesn't. I just wish they were funny, guys. If they were funny, I would share them, but it's kind of like the same bit over and over again. Tap into your creative experience here in the TCH live chat box. Don't worry, guys. I won't rip into you too hard. I was just like, hey, okay, let's get off this topic. All right, 9 deuce here for Spilly. Here, Carl now with ace-5 in the small blind as we're three-handed. Next player knocked out will get a 50, second 1,100, and first 1,800.
The big blind is 40,000. Call.
Carl, we're going to play it small. We'll call out of the small blind. Dapper Dan
Raise 80,000.
says, hey, I got queen 6. Let's make a limit 2-bet here. All right, that's a good joke there, Jish. That's good little curveball. Well, we've got to raise 40K back here to Carl. Heads up. Well, I mean, this is sometimes you get here to the final table. This is just kind of what it's like. I don't know. Does Carl know that the action's on him, that it's been raised, or is he thinking about coming in for a back raise here?
Oh, it's old man?
Yeah.
Huh?
Sorry.
Yeah.
You raised 80,000.
I thought you did. Sorry.
No, I didn't. So, I owe it 40?
40 more to call.
It's another 40K more to call as
Call.
all right. He makes it. So queen 6 versus ace 5.
Okay.
Pot of over 200K in the middle.
Him to make a move. He doesn't even have.
And ace 10 and 3.
My mind has pocket aces right now.
See if Carl leads at this or tries to go for the old trap on Dapper Dan. And here comes a bet here by Crafty Carl.
It would be 40,000 and
And bet and a fold. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of tough working today. I mean, I'm just, yeah, tape. I can work. I'm just not like I'm that down about it that I can't do my job. But it's just kind of one of those lingering things. See in the background of the TVs, it just doesn't seem like real life. Like it just, this is not the kind of thing that's supposed to happen to our heroes. And
Check it down.
it's just been kind of tough to get to the gravity of it, because a lot of things you can deal with in tragedy of life. You can look at all the variables and come out with a bright side, but here it's just, you know, the fact to lose his daughter. It's just ugh. It's just boy. That does not motivate me to get into a helicopter anytime soon. That was the thing, Kobe. I mean, Kobe had used a lot of helicopters in his time during LA just to get through the traffic. So, I mean, this was not probably anything more than a routine trip for him that ended as disastrously as possible. And this was literally the day after LeBron passes him on the all-time scoring list. Like, literally the next morning, so it's...
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, 20K, 40K, 40K, big blind Annie. Looks like we will have a new dealer coming on in. We're going to have Mr. Burt. My favorite Burt besides Burt Kreischer. The Machine.
Well, they don't expect us to.
I have all 52 cards in it.
They should have. Should.
One ace of spades.
Again, chime in here on the chat box if you want to join us here on the live stream. Remember to hit subscribe, hit the like button. Here on this video, and check out some of our past archived ones. There's a lot of really good cash one. It's pretty good final tables. I thought last week's final table was pretty good. We'll see if we get the heads up here, or if these guys decide to do any kind of chop or anything. I don't think they will, but... Alright, I will take no Burt jokes here in the chat box. Burt's a good dude. Puts in a lot of hours here, so... Be nice, be kind. Burt's a good dude. Alright, so we've got... 10-3 of diamonds on the button here for Dapper Dan with the backwards hat on. Spilly going to raise all in here with ace-6 high. Carl is going to call him with king-8. And the flop, king-jack-4.
Spades.
Spilly going to need to spike an ace. And won't get it. 3 of a kind, kings.
We three kings.
Here for Carl as we have reached heads up just like that.
And kings.
It was right here.
So good run there for Mark. Plays a lot of tournaments here. Gave him a little fist bump for it, congratulating him. No, yeah. Plays a fair amount of volume of tournaments, and if you want to play tournaments here, again, Monday we've got a $150 3K guaranteed reentry, no limit hold'em. Tournament tomorrow night, 15K starting stack, 5K on time bonus, 5K dealer appreciation for $10. It's a pretty good tournament. And Wednesdays we've got our 2K guaranteed free rolls. Fridays we have our $100 ladies reentry no limit tournament, and Saturdays are 2K guaranteed free rolls. I don't know as much about any of the bigger buy-in kind of stuff, like that's a department above me that makes those kind of decisions and plans all that kind of stuff out. But I think the last big tournament that we did was the $1,000 Sam Von Kennel Classic. Well, besides the Moneymaker tournament, obviously, that was when we had a pretty huge prize pool on. But as far as like bigger buy-ins, it's gonna be on the horizon. But I think we're figuring out this TCH Live thing has taken off thanks to viewers like you who have tuned in, like, click, and subscribe here to the channel. Also follow us on Instagram at tch.atx. Also on Twitter, tchatx, and on Facebook as well. Just search Texas Card House. See just how many hands a heads up these two will duel as 1,100 for second, 1,800 for first.
All right, Carl.
Thanks, Eugene. Appreciate it. Well, I mean, I understand maybe you guys aren't loving the timing of this, but be kind to some of the older guys.
80,000.
It's gonna be you someday, and people are gonna be thinking, hey, we all don't move at a brisk speed when it comes to putting our chips in the pot. It doesn't mean we forget our manners either.
Alright. We are now.
So keep it semi-respectful there here in the chat with our guy, huh? Daniel Carl, heads up. Any other Dan nicknames here? Let's see.
You're only 20,000.
Dangerous. Dan Nabbit. Dang, Nabbit. No, that sounds kind of stupid. We've got Team Dan clearly in the chat box. Hashtag Team Dan.
Actions on you, Carl. $20,000 to call.
Oh, excuse me. God, let me-
Game blinds 20,000, 40,000 here. Heads up is get a complete and a call, or excuse me, a check here out of the big blind. Now I think we're waiting around the board here, or well, no, I'm just trying to. Okay, here we go. I was trying to pick up a hand. I was trying to figure out where we're at here with the action. The action tracker's caught up, so
First act.
I don't know. There might have been a confrontation on the table. It's just gonna let the moment happen here. So all right, 10-8-5. Second pair here for Carl.
50,000.
I thought Bert might have been suspended on the screen there. Oh, Carl's going to shove here with the second pair and a good push. Like I was saying, I thought maybe the camera might have been off or something, but Bert was just very, very still. So huge chip lead now here for Carl as
Carl, you're
Daniel has been whittled down to dust here basically. Well, there you go. Ryan Crow chiming in, says there's a $300 reentry tournament that will be streamed on TCH Live on March 7th. If you heard it here first. Mark that down on your calendars. As I will mark that one down on mine. As that... No, David, I was joking. We had a little lull in the action there, so we're waiting for the action tracker to keep up there. So thought they might have been discussing something. Carl looking for the knockout punch to be the winner here of our Sunday $100 mega stack for his out. And Dan making use of all of his yellows here as has just under 300,000 left with blinds huge at 20 and 40K. And looks like we will get a bet, a raise and a fold. That's a whole lot of chips there, sir. Crafty Carl just keeps mowing them over. Daniel's made it here to heads up, so again.
20,000. Carl, you're going to
Based on what those yellow chips he's got, what, like 46 in yellow, and probably around 100. Okay, so he's got, our action tracker says he's got about 142,000 left. I will say that anything about Team Dan, they are loyal as ever. Alan, wow, shots fired by Alan. Dan the man, more like Dan the Ran. Wow, that is that cuts pretty deep here, guys. Daniel with 6 big blinds, but hanging in there. Many players have come back from less, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Carl, if you'd like to move over once, you're more than welcome. I can deal to this.
So again, it was Chuck Clayton who was knocked out in 11th place. I want to give him a shout. His book, Mastering Poker Math. Get the text version. I've got the Kindle version. I've got to do some more reading here, but it's all pretty good stuff from what I've read so far. Give a shout out there to Chuck. Jack knocked out in 10th place with ace 9, losing to 9s. Jason is knocked out in 9th place with 10s, lost to King Jack, and Carl going to shove here with King 8 and get a fold. But Colton was our bubble boy as he lost ace 7 to Jennifer's King 8. Jennifer got knocked out with aces against Asa, who had ace queen with the ace of hearts. Got it all in on an all heart flop. And Asa spiked hard on the river.
Carl, would you please use your king?
Mandola Matt got knocked out in 6th place with ace 10 to queens. And then Asa lost with ace 4 to ace king against Carl. Which really kind of just changed the dynamics of the tournament. Alex got knocked out 4th as he ran 7-6 into ace jack. And Mark had just gotten knocked out. Trying to remember the exact hand, but that is our. I think he had he had like ace high versus ace high versus king high and ace 6 versus like king 8 or something. I think it was. Daniel now here with ace king, and
All in? No.
the only move he's got here is not to shove all in. He's going to get a call here by Carl. King jack. All right, time to dance. Here's our flop. Ooh, we see a spades in the window. Yeah, queen here on the turn. He needs a jack or a spade and will not get it.
Ace king?
Daniel has doubled up here to 364,000. That is a lot of yellow chips. But I don't know. What do you think there, guys? Should he have shoved all in with ace king? I don't know. No, I'm kidding. But just kind of one of those hands that play themselves heads up.
167. 167.
Guys, don't forget to join us tomorrow. We've got the 5-5 no limit hold'em game. Not sure if we'll have somebody joining me on commentary just yet. I gotta get Bones a call and see how
5,000 more.
he's gonna be playing tomorrow. I think he's probably answered to go play. I would think he's been watching these guys make all these moves and he's been making all these jokes. It's time for our friend Bones to back it up, and I expect he might. That's true. Controversial shove indeed. Might want to wait for a better spot there. That is.
Anyone would go.
At 20K, 40K heads up is 1,800 for first, 1,100 for second. I think we may get a color up here if we get another double up for Daniel. Right now, Carl's got him pretty much covered, so it's not. It's always nice when you get to just have a whole massive amount of chips you can't even stack them all. It's happened to me like once or twice before, believe me.
20, 40? 40 on the big one?
Maybe 3 times. I don't know. Wow. So Dapper Dan and Crafty Carl. We never really came up with any other nicknames for Carl. You guys, Coral, I don't think that's, no.
80,000 total is about.
David saying arm wrestling comp. You know, we probably could actually do arm wrestling on this table. We've got the cameras to do it, that if any of these players wanted to duke it out. All right, well, here we go. We got a heads and all-in matchup. Ace-9 versus Ace-Deuce. King-Queen-8. Ace-9 still leads an ace here on the turn. It's potential chop-outs, though. And, oh, a king on the river. They're going to chop here. Aces and kings with a queen. Carl the Wizard. Yeah. Come back, Carl. Carl Yastrzemski. I'm sure I didn't say that one. Call him the mailman. Every time I think of Carl, I think about that guy from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That's my favorite Carl, besides Carl Malone. And any of your other guys' favorite Carls? Carl Winslow. That was the name of my Wi-Fi for a bunch of years. I just named my router Carl Winslow.
Lines are up. It's 25, 50,000.
This hand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know what? I bet we could do arm wrestling. Like I still said, you know, I'm not sure if it'd be. I don't know if it would, what kind of crowd it would attract, but we've got the camera set up and the lights that if any of these players did want to duke it out, maybe we could have like $100 side arm wrestling tournament. And I don't know who at TCH would be the clear favorite in that. I'm trying to think of who our most burly, dangerous people are that would just rip your arm out of your socket. And could they be, well, if you're going to talk about arm wrestling, you at least have to talk about that, that Stallone movie, Over the Top. One of the greatest 80s movies of all time. One that makes no sense whatsoever, but it's classic 80s, like all the way, Over the Top. Movie about a truck driver trying to save his son and discovering a world of magic through the exploits of arm wrestling and bars. It's an American classic. I think I don't think Stallone wrote it, but yeah, who do you get? No, you know what? I think if Carl and Dan did do
25,000.
arm wrestling, I might paint Carl as a favorite. He looks scrappy. Dapper Dan looks young, but experience matters here, guys.
Actions on you, Carl.
Carl with the 7 deuce. He's going to shove all in. I like your style, my friend. Show it to him. Oh, he doesn't. He could have showed it to him. I should have shown it face up.
May I break up some of these chips here?
See, there's Carl Sagan. Let's see, famous Carls. I'm looking this up right now on Google. Ranker. Apparently, can't believe this is a real thing, but that is our. Let's see, Carl Malone, Carl Rove, Carl Reiner. I think he's still alive. He's like 96. Probably the least favorite or least popular Carl Marks. Or Carl Lewis, the sprinter. Of course, Carl Weathers was in The Mandalorian. All right, we're still heads up here at, looks like it is 25K, 50K, at 25-minute levels. That's right. Carl does not appear to be a Marxist whatsoever.
Raise.
He's going to raise it up here with the 8-7. I like it.
125,000 total.
See if Daniel with 7-3 has got. He's going to get whittled down again. Another winner here as well. Now Daniel is down to his last 79,000.
25, 50, 50.
Gonna need a miracle to overcome this huge chip lead
5,000, Carl, you're 50 and 50.
by our guy Carl. Oh, we've got our first OK Boomer in TCH live history in the chat. I think that's the first one I've seen. I've been on the lookout for it, but what took you guys so long? That's welcome to TCH live here, guys. But all right, Daniel's got A7. Carl's got a call with just about any two at this point. He's got Queen 8. Shoot it. All right, heads up. Here we go. Queen 8 versus A7. Oh, Ace-7, 8. Needs an 8 or an 8 alone to knock out Daniel. Oh, my God, he got it. Oh, what a gruesome way to go for Daniel. He flops top and bottom. Has his opponent stuck to 2 wins in the deck. And our winner of the $100 Mega Stack freeze out is Carl. Go, Carl.
Yeah.
Stun on the haters. Came out and came back after losing queens to kings. Thought he might be out of it. Just dug himself right back. And gets the W and $1,800 for a friendly little Sunday here at Texas Card House in North Austin. So, tough way to go. But, like I said, he didn't have much. Daniel didn't have much. He's going to have to get it in there. And Daniel got unlucky, but we'll walk away with $1,100 for finishing second. We had 58 entries and a prize pool of $5,800 and a fast-paced final table that ends in just about 2 hours. Special thanks to Kirk, Carolyn, running our production. See us tomorrow night on TCH Live for 5-5, no limit. Crew to be determined. I'll be back here, though. Appreciate it. Subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night. We will see you tomorrow night. The Carl Hour here wins the Mega Stack freeze up. We're heading out. Good night, everybody.